Well, Comrade Aremu is still here with us in the studio. We're talking about the outcome of the discussion that the Nigeria Labour Congress held yesterday at a forum on restructuring here in Abuja. Well, Comrade, you have said that part of what came out of that meeting is that Nigeria's unity for the Nigeria Labour Congress is non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable for
now,
this reason.
if that, it means that generally, you know, it means a lot of your members, if not all your members, agree with the president's speech that Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. But as it affects Labour, you know, what are the things that they are looking to change? What aspect of, you know, the agreement, what aspect of our staying together do they think we need to tweak? Or do they think we are okay as we are?
No, well, first on the issue of unity, I think, you know, our national anthem says, "Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey." So I think this song is not just meant for the president, the vice president, or the governor. It's all of us are compatriots. Why 80 million compatriots? So we must, Nigeria is calling, we must obey. Because there are forces that really want to disintegrate us for obvious reasons. And it's not the first time. You know, historically we are victims of colonialism, slavery before then. And there are still forces that are undermining the unity of this country. You know, apart from local issues that we have, legitimate grievances, we should also know that there are countries in the world that may not want a stronger Nigeria, in fact, a stronger Africa. So I think we've reaffirmed commitment to that. And I've said so, at the time, AU, African Union, is planning common passports for all Africans, just like you have in EU. I mean, it's going to be a sad commentary that we need passports. I need passport from Kaduna to go to Lagos or in the East. I mean, so for obvious reasons, we're better off in a united Nigeria. And I've said so, we're a pan-Nigeria organization. But however, this federation is work in progress. You know, development is work in progress. Nation building is work in progress. And it's time for us to now deepen the need for development. And there are a lot of issues that came up yesterday. The first thing the eminence said is that first, let's respect each other's views. Let there be debate in a constructive manner. You know, so we can disagree with our views, but not with our persons. Let the legs be on the ball, not on the legs. You know, that's fine. So that's a very soft issue, very good takeaway. So we can discuss without throwing stones at each other and calling for this thing. Then the second one, which I think is very, very important, and a lot of ideas came up with. For instance, why would federal government be talking of healthcare? Interestingly, it came from Comrade Adams. I mean, the federal government is building a healthcare center, which should be the responsibility of municipalities, of local government. Professor Brian Jibo brought very interesting insight that if you look at exclusive list, we even have, for you to contract marriage, it's largely a federal affair. So we need some devolution of some of these powers to the states. But also in doing so, we need some minimum irreducible for federation to be intact. Common security, are you getting common defense, and common social security. And this is where Labour is very concerned. In spite of the need for true federalism, we must have common minimum labor standard. You know that wherever you work, you're entitled to certain minimum wage, minimum hours of work. You know, a woman is entitled to maternity. You know, you cannot be penalized on account of marriage. Those are minimum standards that is respected all over the world. But people can go beyond that. You know, and I think Labour's take is that we must retain those good gains of Nigeria labor workers we have done over the years without jeopardizing it. Then there are a couple of issues on the issue of development. And I think His Eminence also brought the point that it was misconstrued. You know, he was talking of devolution of the economy, because we talk of devolution of powers. Powers to do what? And what is clear is that this country is not a productive economy. You know, we are just consuming. I mean, we are the only OPEC members without single functioning refinery. You know, we must work towards adding value, beneficiation of our abundant raw materials.
So what is Labour recommending?
So what Labour is recommending
that governments do to make sure that Labour is more productive?
And I think one of the issues that came in one of the first things that came up is that, and I think everybody admonished Labour, that we have more role to play. In fact, to respond to your first question, people thought that what we did yesterday, it's a case of better late than never, because we are better positioned to refocus the discussion. Then secondly is the fact that you can't drive this economy with poorly paid, miserably paid workforce. You know, and look at all the numbers. The current wages, and some of them not even paid. Some workers are not paid in some states. So we think Labour for us to become risk stakeholders, we must have, for productivity, for you to even discipline a worker that is not coming to work, you must pay him as and when due and pay him correct wages, as the case may be. Then, very, very significant is also the fact that we must skew national resources to promote Commonwealth. I mean, today's budget.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what I mean here is that we have the highest budget so far, 7.4 trillion naira. You know, that's the highest budget we ever had, more pay.
Yes, if you look at it in dollar terms, some people might disagree.
In fact, let me put it this way. I'm saying by Nigerian standard, but if you say budget per capita,